Welcome to the Iconic Talk Show in conversation with Asha Khatau, the founder of Epicure. Welcome on board, Ashanti.
Thank you.
It's such an honor to have you on board.
It's my pleasure.
Let me ask you a question regarding your journey, and I would like to know what has been your journey with Epicure.
Well, first to let everyone know, Epicure is the name under which I run my cookery classes, which I have been doing since last 25 years. This year is going to be 25 years complete in month of October, and I feel very excited that I am able to share this for so many years to all the young girls, to the middle-aged, to the elderly people, to some men, some young children, to everybody, you can say. And I think I feel great that I have given this to our society.
Congratulations on this note to you.
Thank you.
What has been your journey overall with Epicure? Can you share how was it formed, when the thought came into your mind, what led you to come up with the cooking classes, and where are you today with the cooking classes?
Okay, so about 45 years back when I got married, in the family, people were very, very fond of food, and I was still, when I got in the family, I was still a college girl, and I really knew almost nothing about cooking, but they were like so keen, and they said, no, we must have something made by you, do this, do that. And I used to really like worry that I don't know anything, what am I going to do?
Right.
But at the back of my mind, the attitude was that no, I must learn something, I must make them happy, I must make them feel good about it.
Right.
So with that attitude, I think I have gone ahead in life, and I started doing little by little something or the other, something learned from my mother, something from my sister, and something from, the cooks that were around and stuff. And I saw that something that was made, though it was very small, like a simple thing like chai, or a simple thing like masala chana, or something like a snack I made, and they were like so happy. Oh, it is so good. I said, if I do something little bit and it makes them so happy, why don't I do a little more? And that's how the whole cooking thing started. And it, of course, was never looking back, though me being a psychology student from St. Xavier's College, I never thought that I could do this and I could go on this path. But I think the destiny was already had written this, and that I had to do this, and this is my karma for tomorrow. And what happened is I made a few things, and once one of my very close friends had some party, and I made some Mexican food and sent it to their house, and they all were talking about it. Oh, from where is it come? It's so authentic, and I'm talking about like 30-40 years ago. And after that, there some of the people who were means their nephews and stuff who were there, they told their wives, please go to Ashanti's house and learn this from her. Though I was still very young, but they were still younger. And some of them came to me and said, we are coming on such and such a day, and you are going to teach me this. Whatever they had. So they gave me no choice, and I said, all right, come. I wrote like a handwritten recipes of this Mexican food, which I learned from my sister who lives in US. And I taught them, and to your surprise, one of them was giant. She said, no, but I want everything giant. So I started with making the red salsa, which was giant. And like they were so happy, I can't tell you. And before they went and told 5 more people, 10 more people, and before I realized, they were in the following weeks to come. They were like from 12, 15, 20 to 25 people already coming to my class. That went on for some time. And my daughter, the younger daughter, she saw that she was hearing about it. People were talking about the recipes in town. So I didn't realize, but in school they used to hear about it, and the recipes were circulating. Oh, you try this recipe, it will come out very good, etc. So my daughter said, Mom, why don't you just write a book before your recipes become get circulated all over.
Right.
And okay, you'll get the credit, but why don't you book so that you can
Document it.
Yeah, so that you can serve it to a wider circle.
Right.
And she helped me, and that's how my first book in year 2000 was launched, The Vegetarian Cuisines of the World.
Wow.
And I felt so happy that it went all the way to Paris for some book fair, and it
Right.
won an Gourmand World Cookbook Award.
Oh, wow.
And it was like one of the best highlight
What a
in
proud
my
moment
life.
in your life.
Yeah, and imagine when I got an email from my publisher,
Right.
it went through him, obviously. So when I got an email, I just couldn't sleep the whole night.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that, this is what one could do to reach somewhere, which I'd never even imagined in my life. So obviously after that, there was no looking back. I wrote a few more books. I have so far 12, 13 books to my credit, and two, three more of them also went and won the award. This one was the best vegetarian book. The other one was one of the best. Actually, one of the books that won the third award was the 10 top chefs in the world who have written the books.
Oh,
So
okay.
mine was on number 3 in that.
Incredible.
Yeah, so the top 10 chefs, that is what the award I went to get last was in Paris. And I tell you, it was a real proud moment, but I was so scared. I was in France, I was in Paris on
Okay.
that stage, then talking about
The
we
book.
have Asha Khatau from India. I did not feel happy for myself, I felt happy for the country.
I
And
can imagine.
and I went there and I spoke the first line in their language,
Right.
and I can't tell you, the whole audience was standing up
Wow.
and clapping, means whatever. I knew little bit of French, but not much. But
Right.
it's like to make them feel happy that I have come to your country and this is how I'm accepting the honor that you're giving me. It was absolutely
Accepting cultural differences.
yeah. So it was one of the most happy moment that I have had in my life, standing there and talking to Mr. Edward Conthrow, who is the founder of this Gourmand Awards, and
Right.
it was really, really nice. And of course, after that, I have gone on and written a few more books. And
Right.
more than anything, I've just shared a lot of stuff by giving classes. As I said
Right.
earlier, Epicure is the cookery classes that I
True.
run
Yes.
once every week on Wednesdays.
Right.
And during COVID, we started, and I was getting messages after messages that please start online class. So, we are missing your classes. People used to come home. Actually,
Right.
it was in-person class only.
Right.
Then I started on Zoom, and I think it's still going on Zoom, as well as now I started little bit, a few people at a time,
Right.
also at
At
home.
home.
So now it's both on Zoom as well as this, and I think I'm very happy that I'm still able to share some ideas and some thoughts and some recipe with which there's nothing else but success can come to
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah, but you're the queen of culinary, must say.
Mhm.
With imparting this valuable knowledge to all the girls, I think you are the Asha auntie in the culinary industry for
Thank you.
Indian women.
I'm very happy today to be part of this and be able to give this to our society. That's my main thought behind all this, that you have to share to the fullest. As I was just
True.
talking with Rishabh earlier also,
Yes.
I said there are some people who give the recipe, but one thing they leave out.
True.
Okay, they don't give the ultimate secret, but
Right.
I never keep back anything, because tomorrow you're going to use this to produce the same
Right.
and either feed it to your family or do it professionally or do it for the catering business or the hotel industry,
Right.
wherever, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It has to come out the best. So this is my whole goal towards giving the recipes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What a giving nature, but that's you, Asha
Yeah.
auntie. You mentioned about, 40 years ago, you're doing Mexican for a party which you had served, Mexican
Yeah.
cuisine.
Yeah.
40 years ago, did we get Mexican ingredients in India?
Uh,
Especially in Mumbai?
Forget the ingredients. People had not even heard of all the names. Only people, those people who traveled abroad,
Right.
went to restaurants, they knew about it, and when they come home, they would say, how would you get this?
Right.
And that's how. But I luckily had my sister who would provide me with the seasonings and stuff. But as far as the fresh ingredients are concerned, right initially she used to even get me the fresh jalapenos, which we never got, and the cheeses, which we never got. But soon after this, as soon as I started doing this in the class and everywhere, I think the whole, today the Asian food is, according to me, at the top.
Absolutely.
Favorite as far as we Indian are concerned. And even everywhere, the Asian is not so spicy and yet very healthy. It suits people who are vegan. It suits people who want tasty food. It kind of suits our Indian palate. Yeah, so I feel it's like this. At that time, the Mexican food was like that because it was coming close to the spicy and stuff.
Right.
And I started doing research. I started producing myself, making taco seasoning. As I said, the challenge is the giant. Now, taco seasoning that you get, you don't get it giant. You have to make it yourself because over there people don't know about onion, garlic, etc. So I started doing that a little bit.
Right.
So, but I still feel that the authentic ingredients which you get originally from there, nothing like it. If a foreigner had to make a curry, can they make it with their taco seasoning, a marinade mix or soya mix? No, they have to get our curry powder to get it right.
Absolutely.
So same way we need to get those ingredients here, and I think the market very soon after that, luckily for all of us, opened up, and now today whatever you say, you get it here. You don't need to go to but it's not like so many Indian companies. I'm so proud that they have started importing. Some of the things are getting manufactured here, but they are assembling here, putting it into their packaging and selling it, and it's not that expensive.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely, because the taco seasoning which is locally available also is absolutely tasty compared to what we're getting abroad.
Yeah.
Right. You also spoke about your award ceremony and you didn't sleep that night, which I reconcile with, and I resonate with that, because for me, even I have had this high moment in my life, and there's one little wording which I would like to share with you. दुखों वाली रात नींद नहीं आती और सुखों वाली रात सोना कौन चाहता है.
True. Very true. It's very true. That you just want to, you are so happy that you just want to keep enjoying it, that really this happened to me, really this.
I resonate completely, because with my book which I've written on Indian tourism and culture, and the way I have presented it to all the embassies in India, I can resonate with you. So there's this little thing I want to share with you. But coming to my next curious question, the culinary industry. How has the culinary industry changed in the last 5 years?
It is a very good question. The culinary industry has absolutely taken overturn. I would say not only 5 years, maybe a little bit more, 5-7 years. There are a few factors that are affecting or actually inviting all this into our country, especially for us as well as all over the world, is the way people have traveled. They have cultivated different cuisines and different tastes. Now, another thing is, there are people all over the world are also facing a few health problems, I would say. So today somebody who is a non-vegetarian has been told, please don't eat meat or this thing for some amount of time. So for that time, what does he do? So he is not lost. He goes to a vegetarian restaurant and he tries to accept what there is, available, etc. And then he suddenly starts liking the thing, and then people start, also go on the health spree where they eat plant-based food, to nuts and seeds and fresh organic vegetables, and which has promoted people to go into the farming of those. And so all that has taken place over last few years, and lots of people have gone into these different industry and different businesses because of this, and I think it has not only helped people like us who would want ingredients right, has definitely helped us. So as a result, I'm able to, as I just told you, okay, now all the ingredients are available so easily. So it is very easy for people. Now today I took a Japanese class.
Wow.
The Japanese ingredients, are a little bit difficult, but today everything is available.
Right.
And I teach them how to use them, what to do. If not this, then what? So different options are given, and everything is available here only because people come to know that this is where all the main interests are of people, and this is how people are loving to go to industry. I mean the restaurants, and why not we do it at home?
True.
So this is how the whole thing is turning around, and as a result of that, lots of new restaurants are opening. Because people's demands are so much. Not everyone likes to cook at home, especially the fancier thing. They think, oh, ye mere bas ki baat nahi.
Right.
They just get very scared. I don't see why. I don't think it is at all scary. I think it is very, very refreshing to your mind to go in the kitchen and cook.
Stress buster.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just, whenever you feel like upset or stressed out or something, you just go and do something. You just kind of calm down and I to feel rejuvenated if I've gone in the kitchen and done something.
Wow.
But for this, you have to have the knowledge, you have to have ingredients, you have to have little bit of attitude to do little bit of hard work. Arey, ye kaun karega? Not like that. Then it doesn't work.
True. I understand.
So I think this whole 5-7 years, as you are asking, but lots and lots of people have started cooking at home, and I think the COVID has played a major role towards that. Because as I said, I was doing the Zoom classes during COVID, and I saw the response, and I saw that how thankful people were that at least ghar baithe they would get something which they can't go to the restaurant, they can't order in, they can't do anything, but they could make.
Right.
And I was very happy that I was part of their
journey
and their home, and they were all talking about the person who taught them, and they successfully did it.
Right. That's such a nice way to
Very,
spend
very
your
nice.
COVID. What so productive it was for you, that means.
Absolutely.
So Asha aunty, the catering industry has been booming in India, and with tourism playing a major role in India now, why have you not thought about stepping into the catering industry?
Well, this was the question I was waiting for. Every time I talk to someone will say, oh, why don't you open a restaurant? Why don't you do this for me? But I felt there are some people who are not cut out for that.
Right.
And I think I'm one of them.
True.
I prefer to teach.
Right.
And make them do it.
Right.
Tomorrow, if I've taught you something, even if after I'm gone, you will always remember me. If I made food and sent you, oh, you will do, wow, what, it was superb, Ashanti, thank you, ye wo. But after that, people forget. I'm not talking about you. People forget that you gave them food and okay, done. But the knowledge, the gyan that you give, it remains with them. It can be passed on to the generations, and it is there forever. So I have chosen this path. And second thing is, to make things on order and give and all, you need a different setup, which I was not very prepared. I have a family life and I want to concentrate on that. I don't want to, morning to evening think about, oh, I have to send this one. But I have done one more thing, is that I do procure a lot of ingredients for people.
Right.
While doing my classes, I have like Thai curry base, I have some fabulous different types of chili oils, some seasonings, some spices, some. So once a year when this IMC, they have this, they've invited me last couple of times that they had the exhibition. So we had a stall there and the response was fabulous. Amazing. So I don't mind doing that, because that also, if I give you a curry paste ready, if I tell you this is how the coconut milk and this is the recipe, you'll take like literally 10 minutes to do it. So I'm encouraging you to cook.
True.
which is what is the
The push which
purpose
you're giving.
behind. Yeah.
Right,
So which is
absolutely.
why I take that trouble. Whatever that little setup I have, I take that trouble and I do that.
That's such a big USP
Yeah.
that means with Epicure that you're hand holding the
Yeah.
student coming to you.
So
For
I'd
culinary
rather, with
education.
my time, I'd rather do this. Now,
Right.
of course, you are close to me since many years. You've known me. You'll say, please, I feel like having this dessert of yours. Can you send me? Happily, I'll make and send for you. It's not that I don't want to do for people.
Right.
But when it comes to doing commercially, it just stops me because of these
Right.
reasons. Yeah.
So, what are your next steps with Epicure?
I feel that I have already started doing the teaching of certain things to people. There are some organization, there are some institution who are dealing with. There is one association called Smile,
Right.
which is helping people who are, they can't afford schools. They are from rural parts. So they kind of call them primarily, then they set them up in municipal school, then they go further from there. And their mothers, who also never thought they could do anything, they are called over there. They are made to do certain things, made food for those children. So
Right.
at least they get paid for that.
Okay.
So, the people like that, I would rather go teach people like that who will distribute their knowledge or
Right.
use their knowledge for some other good cause.
Right.
So I would definitely like to do that. I was, for the longest time, I was working with Sadhana School
Okay.
and the hospitality
Ranju
department.
aunty.
Yes, with her.
Wow.
And we have done a lot of good things, and some of the childrens were absorbed by some big hotel kitchens and stuff
Right.
like that from the hospitality class. And I'd rather do something like that,
Right.
and maybe have one of my own NGO one day where I will just teach whoever wants to come, who comes from those backgrounds,
Right.
and help them to stand on their feet and then earn for themselves.
This is
what
such
I
an
would
important vertical for women empowerment
Yes.
coming into Epicure.
Yes. Yes. So this is what going forward I would like to do that, and
Right.
whenever is possible.
You spoke about Own Creations, such a fantastic NGO.
Yes. Yes.
The kind of work they're doing with these children
Yeah.
is something which is
Unbelievable.
extremely
Yeah.
unbelievable, as you rightly coined it.
The chocolates that they make, which
Yes.
people, lots of banks and stuff, where they give out
Absolutely.
gifts,
Yes,
they
it's
order
always
from
there.
them. So at that time, we were just going there to help and all that, and it was wonderful how much children can do now. They are doing further some more stuff. So long back,
Lavash they do.
yeah, all that, long back I had gone and given a class to those
Right.
children and all the employees.
Okay.
So when Radhike and Ranju and all of us were there, it was a wonderful experience. So I'd rather do things like that and somehow try and help more people which really need help.
Absolutely. I think Epicure is going to go all the way because the rural areas of today in India
Yeah.
really need, a push.
Yeah.
Because the people living out there are feeling a void and they
Yeah.
want to be heard. They want to do something and they not know what to do.
Yeah.
But when you're giving a skill, when you're teaching a skill, just the way you're teaching culinary, you're teaching cooking, which is basic, a woman in the village can actually make a livelihood
Absolutely.
just with that one skill.
Yeah.
If you just teach like a thepla banavanuch, she will make that 10 theplas and she will go sell it. She's earned a little income for her
Exactly.
family.
Exactly. And also encourage them when there are lots of these exhibitions where they give the stalls to NGOs.
Right.
You can call them and they can display what they have made, whether it be craft or art or stitching or food or anything. I think they are already doing it.
Right. Yeah.
So in this food area, I would like to really push it. If I get the opportunity, I would really like to push this and make it a little bigger.
Right.
Yeah. And everywhere, I think in the country, there's some hidden talent in all the ladies, all the villages, as you are saying, they are also talented.
Right.
It's just that you have to pull out the right people and what they actually can
Right.
do and just give them the platform or the opportunity. That is what
Absolutely.
I would do. In a small way, in my small way, but I would really like to do that. Yeah.
So, what is a message you would like to give the youth of today, Asha Aunty?
They are going to hate me when I say this to you, but I think it is me coming from this corner that I am the one who teach.
Right.
Okay, I become a teacher, but teacher is not a very strict teacher.
Right.
But I really want to tell them that today, the outside food has become so popular. Outside food is very nice when you are eating it outside.
Absolutely.
People feel that all of a sudden they get a jhaka. I want to have this, and I don't want to trouble anybody in the kitchen. I don't want to do it myself. So they order.
Right.
Okay. Once in a way, it's acceptable. But I would tell the youth that, the pleasure that is there in enjoying what you just ordered and ate and it was fabulous. Okay, I accept that.
Right.
But there is a bigger pleasure. If you made this for you and your beloved or your family, say, today I want to have a burger. Can I make some? And I would say, yeah, why not? And they make and everybody sits together and enjoys it.
Right.
Tell me, there's a bigger joy in that.
Absolutely.
That is what I would like to tell them, that I want them to experience this once in a way.
Right.
It's nice. Maybe you want to do once in 10 days, fine. But at least do that so that, you become closer as a family. You become, ultimately, they say you are what you eat.
Absolutely.
So you want to be absolutely the food that is made with good thoughts goes in your mind and you have good thoughts and that makes you do good deeds in life.
Right. Absolutely.
So I want them to remember this.
That's true, because today the kids are eating quite a lot of outside food and that's affecting their health at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
And we're seeing so much of, anxiety issues, issues with obesity coming into being with the outside food coming in. So yes, the children of today, rightly said, have to learn to quickly cook something and make something and joyously.
There is no force on anybody.
Absolutely.
Please, I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. But at the same time, the way to go forward and the way to make your future secured would be this and not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it was lovely having you on board. Thank you so much for your valuable time at the Iconic Talk Show. Thank you, Asha Aunty.
Thank you very much, Niraalee, to you and your team. It was such a pleasure and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.